Hello again, it's John Mild here to give you another look at vintage action figures, and this time we're going to be talking about building a custom Invisible Woman MEGO action figure. Over the past few years I've been trying to put together a collection of MEGO's Fantastic Four action figures, and I've really had a hard time getting the Invisible Woman. She's on the screen with these other figures right now, but she's invisible. No, I'm just joking. I haven't been able to find her one, or I haven't been willing to pay the price that this figure is now commanding. So a few weeks ago, my friend Count Stankus was making some custom figures when he made a custom figure that used an Invisible Woman figure, basically. So I went to the Figures Toy Company website and bought some parts. So let's take a look at those parts. I bought the following parts. I bought a blue jumpsuit, I bought a set of black boots, and I bought a set of black gloves. Now, using these parts is the base of the costume for the Invisible Woman figure. But the part that really blew my mind was the head sculpt for their, I think it's called Dirty Blonde female action figure. That is the MEGO Invisible Girl head that was used back in the vintage day. Now it's on a Figures Toy Company body, and Figures Toy Company bodies aren't exactly MEGO bodies. They're a little bit cheaper, but they're acceptable, and I'm going to use this as the base body for my custom Invisible Girl. Now let's move on to the next step. I'm going to need a couple of other pieces to put the figure together. So the first thing I did was I went onto the internet and just searched up Fantastic Four logos, found an image, put the image onto my desktop, and then moved the image onto a Word document. Then I just kind of resized it on the Word document and just printed it out on standard printing paper. So that's my logo. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a belt from an Action Jackson MEGO figure, the new style ones. I made a custom, got this spare. So I'm going to use that as a belt for the Invisible Girl. The other things I'm going to be using are a Elmer's glue stick and a Sharpie marker. Let's move on to the next step. So the first thing I need to do is get the bodysuit ready to put it onto the figure. And on the vintage MEGO, the collar had a piece of kind of black velvet. I'm not going to do that for my custom, but what I am going to do is I'm going to use my Sharpie marker, and I'm going to color just the top part of this jumpsuit. So I'll do that right now. So as you can see with the marker, I've just colored in just the top part of the collar. Made sure that I got a real nice coat on it. Even probably got onto the inside of the collar too, just to to make sure that it has a nice good coat. So that was the first step. The next part also involves a Sharpie marker. So what we're going to do is we're going to color this white Action Jackson belt in black. So here we go. You could probably get away with making your own if you had to. You wouldn't have to do this, but just for ease and for speed, this is the way I'm doing it. All right, so here we have the belt, just colored in black with a Sharpie marker. And going to leave the belt buckle on it in case I need to use it for a future custom. I'll just put it around onto the back of the figure when I assemble it. But for now, you're going to get a little bit of black marker on yourself doing both of these things. So, and it's probably a good idea to allow that marker to dry for a little bit of time. So I'm going to go get a cup of coffee, and I'll be back in a second, and we'll continue on. Adding the bodysuit to the figure, and we can see it's starting to come together. What we need to do now is put on a logo onto that bodysuit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Elmer's washable school glue. The reason why I use the Elmer's glue is it's acid free, and it hopefully won't stain the fabric over time. So I'll get some glue on there, and we'll add the decal to the figure. So all we need to finish up the job is to use the accessories that I've bought or made, and we can finish the figure. Let's do this. So there you have it, quick and easy, Invisible Girl, right in front of you. And the cost of the parts were under $30. Maybe if you add the Action Jackson belt, maybe a little bit more. But you could always go to your craft store, get a piece of Velcro for the belt. But it turned out very, very well. I'm really happy to have built this custom figure. So there it is, using the original MEGO head. The gloves that she has on her hand mirror the original MEGO gloves. Put a replacement decal on it. The color of the bodysuit is very similar to what MEGO used back in the day, and the boots are also a imitation of what MEGO would have used. So all in all, I am really, really happy with this figure. And really, the effort was very minimal to make this custom Invisible Girl figure. Let's put her with the rest of the team now. So here we have it, the Fantastic Four back together after all of these years. Now, right off the get-go, you're going to notice a color difference between Reed's jumpsuit and her jumpsuit. This is more of a true blue. This has a bit of yellowing in it. And the logo on the Fantastic Four figures was a plastic that was actually kind of glued onto the figure versus our paper decal here. But I can't really complain because I didn't invest a lot of money to build this custom Invisible Girl. They look great together. I wish that those outfits matched a little bit better, but beggars can't be choosers. So for the investment of the money and the investment of the very short amount of time to build this custom Invisible Girl, I have to endorse it. It really is great and far cheaper than trying to purchase yourself an original. Don't think that I'm not going to try to do that though someday, but for the time being, I want to have a Fantastic Four figure collection. I've just done that right now. So this has been John Wild. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to catch my latest uploads. And until next time, the Fantastic Four are my favorite.